Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our April Robbins Pampered Stars organization meeting. For those that are new, I am Robin Moylan, Senior Director. I'm going to be celebrating my 4-year anniversary next month. Tonight, two of our directors, Becky Brand and Randall Hensiak, will be doing some trainings. Becky will be speaking about how to fill your calendar, which is very important because if you don't have parties, you don't have a business. Randall will be speaking to us about how to coach your host. And of course, when they earn a lot of free product, you earn a great commission. But first, I posted a booking blitz for the month of April on our organization page. Hopefully you all have stopped by our page at least once a day and taken a look. I did tag you in it. Every time you book a party, a new April party, take a screenshot of the conversation that you had with the prospective host and comment, and you will get a drawing. You will get an entry into the drawing for $100 in cash or a gas card. Okay, it's very helpful if you stop by our organization page every morning because I do post a lot of things that will help you in your business. Also, I want to make sure that everyone that is already registered for conference has posted a screenshot of their registration on the post and given me their t-shirt size. I think we have until June for the live event, unless it fills up to register. But listen, I want to encourage all of you to please, if you can, try to be at conference this summer. You won't regret it. You can buddy up with some other team members to share a hotel. Can everyone mute if you're not muted? Thank you. It doesn't have to be super expensive and it will improve your business immensely. You will see what will happen. It's just amazing. You go to so many trainings and you meet so many people, and it's just, I don't know how else to say it. It was amazing, actually. When I first went to conference, I came back and my business exploded just by implementing a few things that I learned there. The breakout sessions and just talking with your peers and getting different ideas. I mean, I can talk until I'm blue in the face and give you guys ideas, and someone else can say it to you, but in a different way, and you will grasp it. Sometimes it just takes someone else saying exactly the same thing for you to actually get it and try it. So it really does give your business a boost. Now on to my training. Tonight, I'm going to speak about the importance of engaging with your guests in your Pampered Chef parties. Now, I know that some of you are really active in your parties. Like, I know that some of you work full time and you try your best to get in there, but if you can just like comment and, you know, do a few things just so your host and their guests and will see that you're actually a real person. Like today, when I was making dinner, I changed my shirt twice because I made 4 different videos and I didn't want to be wearing the same East Carolina shirt in all of them. So, you know, just the simple things. I was using my can opener. I was using my food chopper. I was using my mix and chop, and I just made some videos. And trust me, you will see a boost in your sales for that product when you start putting videos in your party. And you don't have to put makeup on. Look at me. This is the way I usually look. I mean, I got my hair on top of my head most of the time, and they don't care. They want to see that you are a real person and that you're just like them. First, talk to your guests. I have a personal rule myself that every comment that a guest gives, I give a reply. Even, it doesn't have to be words, but sometimes I do reply with words, but I'll put like a GIF or a sticker. If my party goers comment on how they know the host, I'll reply and ask a follow-up question sometimes to keep the conversation going. Because when you comment on a post, you know it moves back up to the top of the party. And it encourages other people in the party to engage. And that brings out a party-like atmosphere. Second, build relationships, not just with your host, but with the guests. I've seen way too many consultants hiding behind their computers, afraid or following a set it and forget it strategy. For instance, they just scheduled their post my party and then they don't even stop in the party. And they wonder why there's not a lot of sales and why their host doesn't have rewards. You know, you don't have to be in there all day, but you can spend about 15 minutes a day in each party total. And it looks like I'm spending the whole day in there because I'm strategically commenting on different posts and messaging my host to say, you know, just a reminder, when you do your post in the morning, be sure that you comment as well, because when he or she comments, their friends get a notification that they are doing something in the party. You guys know that, right? Just shake your head or whatever. Okay. There's way more to running a party than just setting up your post my party. Your business is not a crock pot. Okay. You just can't schedule some posts and walk away from it for hours. Okay. You have to be engaged and, you know, pick a time of day that you're going to do something. My time is first thing in the morning. You'll probably notice that I will message, because a lot of things happen when I'm sleeping. So I will message in our group message at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Sorry if you guys have your notifications on. But I do a lot in the morning. And then I do a lot like right before I came on with you guys. I send my host their post for the next morning. I do a few comments. I do a few follow-ups. You know, if I sent messages this morning for bookings and I haven't gotten a reply, but someone has seen the message, I will send a follow-up. I know it would be nice if it worked that way, that we just scheduled something and just forgot it and then came at, you know, 6 days later and we have a ton of sales and woohoo, it's so exciting. But that is not the way things work. Finally, you need to have fun at your party. You guys, I mean, I hashtag everything best job ever because I truly believe that this is the best job ever. I love this business and I think it comes through in every party that I am a part of. I get a lot of you have been in my parties. A lot of you I've recruited and you know how much fun we have in the parties. I post a game every day. I have at least 4 or 5 interactive posts each day asking guests to comment with some kind of answer or sticker or something, just to keep the engagement going and the fun happening. I think I got this game from Suzanne, the counting game. I'll post it later. Or did I have, Suzanne, did I get that from you? The counting game?
I don't remember.
But you know which one I'm talking about because I asked you to change the color for me.
Yeah, I changed the color for you.
Yeah, I'll find it and I will put it in the training feed. This game drives hosts and guests crazy, but in a good way. Because all you're doing is counting from 1 to 50. But as you know, if you click on the notification where it says someone has commented and you click on it, by the time you get there, someone else might have put a number. So if they're not counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then somebody says 7, and then somebody says 6 because it's a little later, they have to start over again. And sometimes this game lasts for 3 days and they're going crazy, but they are relentless in completing it to number 50. So I've gotten a lot of interaction with that game. Yeah, like I said, play party games, use funny gifts and stickers, laugh at yourself if you make a mistake. Don't make it all about the sale, because believe me, your guests and your hosts will know that's why you're there, just for the money. You want to enjoy yourself as much as the guests and the hosts are enjoying themselves. Some of you have or plan on doing in-home parties. The same rules apply. Don't just answer questions and ask questions. Engage the guests in conversation so they get to know you as a person and not just as the girl or guy that sells stuff, you know? And if I could just say one thing, and I know it's hard because we're all trying to, hurry up and, live life and work and just do all kinds of things, but try to have fun for that, whatever 15 or 20 minutes you're in the party each day, because they will know that you're having a good time and that you are there to make their time in the party pleasurable. So that's all I got for you guys tonight. But we have some other speakers, and we're going to get right on it. I want to introduce Becky Brand. She is a director in our organization, and she's going to be talking to us about booking parties. So take it away, Becky.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Becky. I'm a director. I have been a director since May of 2020. And I have been, for anyone that may not know me, I have been a consultant since August of 2019. So I'm going to talk to you about booking parties. So booking parties is really the lifeline of your business. Without parties, you don't stand a chance. So I'm going to try to help you guys with a couple of ways to ask for those parties sometimes subtly without even asking. And other times like learning how to actually get comfortable asking. I know that when I first started, it was really uncomfortable for me to ask. I didn't want to hear no, but then once I got comfortable with overcoming objections and reaching out to people, it's not even a problem anymore. I feel I have complete confidence in doing it. So that's where I want all of you to get to. So there's two different ways that we can go about asking for bookings. One is in your parties while they're going. So booking from your parties. And then another way would be, outside of parties. So from your parties, first and foremost, you have to be willing to put yourself out there and ask. You might get no's, and that's okay, because more people are going to say no to you than those are going to say yes to you. But to piggyback on what Robin was speaking about, be personable in your parties. One, that's going to help your sales, but two, people are going to want to book a party with you if they feel comfortable with you, if they trust you, if they feel like they know you outside of, this is a lady that sells Pampered Chef. So be personable. Definitely, comment. I can't, what she was talking about was like resonating. Comment on posts, be active. Don't just post my party up and walk away and expect to come back at the end of the party and have a lot of sales and have bookings. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. I love this business, but we still have to work it for it to work. So one thing I do is the host challenge. So about 2 days, sometimes 3 days before my parties are scheduled to end, I will send a message to all of my hostesses and I will tell them that I have a challenge for them. And it goes a little something like this. I won't read the whole thing, but it says, "Good morning. I have a challenge for you. I hope you'll accept. I always challenge my hosts to help me get bookings. As an added bonus, if you can help me get 3, Pampered Chef will give you a $50 shopping spree once all 3 parties close and qualify with $200 in sales. And you'll get any item or set at 40% off from all the parties when they qualify. To sweeten the deal, I'll even add a gift to your hostess order when I close your party. And then I just explained to them that basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the words and you send it to 10 to 15 of your friends that you think would be great hostesses just like yourself. And then I say, are you up for the challenge? More often than not, my hostesses are going to say yes. So then what I do is I say, great, here's a message to send. Remember to add me to each conversation so I can take over for you. It's very important that they add you to the conversation because if they don't and the person tells your hostess no, you're at a dead end. If they add you, then you take over and your hostess doesn't have to feel awkward, like soliciting to get a party. So I say, feel free to copy and paste this. So if you want it to sound more like you, then I send the message that I want my hostess to send. And basically it just says like, thanks so much for joining my online party. Sorry, messages are coming in as we're speaking. Thank you for joining my online party. It was so fun to host. I really love the products. I didn't have to clean my house or vacuum, like real basic stuff. And then it says, consultant I'm working with has made it seamless. She's great with her customers. I thought it would be perfect for you to host your own party. Are you in? What do you think? So then I have a response that I chime in saying, you know, like, I'd love to host with you or facilitate a party with you. It's really easy to party online. You can even ask whoever the hostess is. And then I give them, you know, a month that we can party in. Right now I'm booking for May. So I let them know like I have some dates in May or anytime after that. So now my hostess doesn't have to feel like she's working to get the bookings, but she's at least opened the door for me to talk to these people, which is super, super, super important. So, because I don't know if you guys know, but from your business page, if you try to message someone, I hate to say it, but your message is probably going to get lost in the shuffle because if you're not friends with them, then it's going to go to their request folder. And a lot of people don't even know that that folder exists. So they're never going to see your message. I know some consultants like to do a lot of, I think, Robin, I think you even do this. You friend. That stresses me out. That's way too many friends on my list that I don't know. And that stresses me out. So my way to kind of get around that is when I post their thank yous, I ask them to send me a message with what their most favorite or most wanted item is. And then once they message me, then I have my in. So when the hostess helps me, I can get in that way to their inbox. Outside of that, when I just do like a simple ask, which I will, well, it's kind of long, but basically it says, this is just me reaching out. I usually do this. Sorry, I should back up. I usually do this before I do the host challenge. So I say like, you've been an awesome guest. I'd love to partner with you. I'm booking for this date. Pampered Chef launched over 30 new products for the spring and summer launch. If you choose a date within 6 months of so-and-so's party, then your host will get the booking credit, and you know, I tell her all about that. I say my parties have been successful because more people are cooking from home than ever before. I also play lots of fun games. I put delicious recipes and I share product info in the party. Can I put you on my calendar? If you could let me know either way, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Because a lot of people don't like sending a no, or I don't know, they just ignore me or whatever. So that I send, then I do my hostess challenge. Now, if you have somebody that has read your message and you know that they've seen it, but they haven't responded, follow up. Follow up. I can't stress follow up enough. Because a lot of times we're human. We get busy, things happen. I have 3 kids. A lot of times I see the message as I'm driving. I can't respond right away. And then I forget. So follow up is huge. And my follow-up message is really simple. It's just, hey, Renee, I wanted to follow up on my earlier message. I can see that you saw it, but with people being so busy, I know things can get crazy. I just didn't want to drop the ball if indeed you did want to take advantage of our awesome Pampered Chef hosting opportunity and have some fun. If you could let me know either way, that would be awesome. So 2 things. 1, I'm following up with her. 2, a lot of times when I send this, then I'm guaranteed to get a response back because they see that and then they feel like, oops, I guess I should have responded. 3, actually is a 3rd thing. You never want to sound desperate when you're looking for bookings. So in my message, I say, I didn't want to drop the ball if you wanted to take advantage of this awesome opportunity. Not like, I really need bookings. Can you please, respond or whatever. So you want to keep it nice and light-hearted, if you will. So that's the follow-up message that I send. Also, last thing I do in my parties is a little something called Everybody Wins. I'm sure you could probably find it. I don't know if it's on Casey's or Stacy's page, probably both of them. But it's Everybody Wins. So what I do is at the end of each party, I go through and I make a list of all the people in the party. And then what I do is at the very last night, I send out a post and I say, let's start announcing some winners. Please help me congratulate our game winners. And then everyone that won a game, I tag them and I ask them to please send me a private message to claim your prize. I do the same thing for all the people who commented on anything where they won a ticket. And then I do something for door prize. So those people didn't really participate. They didn't place an order or anything like that. And so I post a 3rd one. Then those messages start rolling in and I send them a message basically saying, congratulations on winning the prize, the door prize, let's say. I would love to send you your prize. I usually give an e-cookbook, but I would be willing to upgrade your prize to a new spring item if you'd like to book a party. So they're still going to get something, but the e-cookbook isn't going to cost me anything. But if they do decide to host, then I'll upgrade that to a new spring product. I used to do brownie pans, but that was getting a little expensive. So now it's just any spring product that I choose, which is I try to do a pantry item because once you get them hooked, then they'll come back for more, if you know what I mean. So what I've been doing is the Dulce de Leche cake mix, which is going over really, really well. So that's another thing that I do in my parties. The last thing I do this, but I guess you could count this as a booking, but I always post in every single party, a post. It's on the marketing imagery, but it says, if your host receives 3 bookings, then ... And I make a post saying like, if Cheryl can get 3 bookings, then she's going to get the $50 shopping spree plus 40% off any item. And I'm going to sweeten the deal and give her an extra gift. People want to help their friends. So if you put it out there, like she's going to get all this stuff, more people are going to be apt to say, okay, I'll give it a try. It's a free online party. There's no risk. If it doesn't do well, it doesn't do well, but people want to help their friends. So I would keep that in mind. Outside of that, ways that you could be working on getting bookings outside of parties is green dotting. Okay, excuse me, my nose. I am a firm believer in green dotting. So back, I think it was right before I became a director. I think I was in the Director Bound program. I learned about green dotting and my business was in a scary place. I had like 3 bookings left and nothing was coming in. And I thought, well, this is it. I guess this is the end of the journey for me. Well, then I learned about green dotting and I actually did what they said and holy smokes, it ignited my business. I swear to God, it's why I'm still sitting here as a Pampered Chef consultant. So green dotting, whenever you go on Facebook Messenger. Wow, I just showed my age. Whenever you go on Facebook Messenger, you're gonna see like some people at the top or on the side or however format you're looking at, and they have little green dots next to them. That means that person has been active very recently. So you're gonna be more apt to get an answer from that person right then versus messaging someone who may not have checked Facebook Messenger in a while. So sending out messages to people that way using the green dot was huge for me. Huge for me. I know everybody's been kind of talking about the birthday message. That's another great way to increase your bookings. I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. So that type of situation. So definitely, I would definitely jump on that. Also, any suggestions? I mean, Casey and Stacy and Robin are like wealth of information. Anything they suggest isn't thrown to the wind haphazardly. Like, it's been tried, it's worked. I would highly recommend doing those. I know it's uncomfortable sometimes to maybe post on your personal page, but get comfortable doing it because it's going to help your business big time. I never liked to, it felt awkward, it felt weird, but now that I do, it's a lot more comfortable. And now my friends know that I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. So before they go booking with Sally, they'll turn around and be like, wait a minute, I know Becky, she sells Pampered Chef. Let me book with her because I feel, again, more comfortable with her. I know her, so on and so forth. And the last two things, I have a VIP group. If you don't, you should. I would highly recommend you starting a VIP group. I post every month what the new hostess rewards are for the following month. And right now I have a shared rewards party going in my VIP group. It's running straight in that group. I didn't set up a separate group for it or anything. But that's another good way to maybe get some bookings when, you know, you might not be where you want to be as far as your bookings go for your business. So that's about it. I hope that was helpful.
Very, very helpful. I want to piggyback on a few things that Becky brought up. First, if you get a no and you have, tried everything to turn that no into a yes, be sure that Becky mentioned the VIP page. We all should create a VIP page that is totally different from your business page. I didn't make up this saying, but your business page is your storefront and your VIP page is you're letting them in the store. Okay. So you should always invite all of your hosts to your VIP page. And then I put a post at the end of my parties with the group link to that, asking people if they'd like to be a part of my VIP page to, click join and I'll let them in. Not everyone can go in there. You have to allow them in there. And that way, when they say no, and you invite them to your VIP page, if they want a food chopper, or if they want some more brownie mix, they're going to know that Robin sells Pampered Chef and I'm part of her VIP group and I'm going to get it from her. So you never let a customer go. Even if they say no about the booking, you always stay attached to them somehow. And all the words that Becky was sharing and everything, if you just go to our group organization page and in the search, put anything like, what were you saying, Becky? What was that? Like the birthday message. I put that in there. If you put birthday message in the search, all the words will come up. Anything you're looking for is there. Or if you go to the training messenger feed, everything that I have tried and that has worked, I always share it with all of you. So just check it out. There's a lot of resources. I mean, and if we don't know the answers to things, you can always go to Stacy Superstars or to Whisk Takers, Casey's page. So thank you so much, Becky.
I just put the texts that I use for whenever someone objects, and I still send them the e-cookbook and a link to my VIP page in the chat.
Good. Thank you. All right, Randall, you're up, girl.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh, I wanted to say, and if anyone has any more questions, we'll take some questions at the end. Okay.
All right.
Hey, Randall.
So for those who don't know me, I am Randall. I am coming up on my 2-year anniversary next month. And I'm gonna hopefully teach you a little bit about host coaching tonight. I was telling Robin when she asked me to talk about host coaching, I was like, I don't think I'm the best for this, but I'll give it a go. So, but with your host coaching, the whole, I guess my initial thought process when I think of host coaching is building a relationship with our hosts from the start. From the very first time that they tell you yes to hosting, your host coaching begins. Their party might not be for 4 months, but that host coaching starts. So as soon as I book a party, like if someone's messaging me agreeing to host a party, and we set a date, from that point on, and this is something that I implemented more recently, because I would have hosts messaging me like, hey, you know, it's like a couple days out from their party or a week before their party or whatever, and they're like, hey, like, what do I need to do? And then I'm like questioning myself, like, what did I not do? Why are they asking me these questions? So I am not perfect. It's a continuous learning process for all of us, no matter how long we're in the business. So just know we're all implementing things all the time. We're all learning new things. We're not going to be perfect. I have parties and hosts where I'm like, oh, shoot, I forgot that. So don't beat yourself up throughout the process if you skip a step or miss something. We all do it, but just learn from it. But like I was saying, when we get that booking, our host coaching starts. They are trusting us to guide them and to lead them. And we're basically walking hand in hand, working together towards the same goal, which is getting the most out of the host rewards that Pampered Chef offers to our hosts. So from that very start, when they agree to host, I let them know that, say they booked for July, I let them know a few days before their party is scheduled to start, I am going to set up their party on Facebook, and I will shoot them a message when it's ready for them to start inviting. Because that was the most, that was the biggest question that I was getting was, do I need to set up my party? When do I need to set up my party? What do I need to do? And so it took, I feel like that let them know from the beginning that I'm here to support them and to do everything that I can to make it less stressful and easier on them. So that's kind of just the initial part of host coaching, super simple, just letting them know I'm setting everything up. It'll be ready for you. I'll shoot you a message when it's ready for you to invite. And that just takes the pressure off of them and not having to navigate Facebook, how to set up a party, what they need to do. I don't think I've never heard of any Pampered Chef consultant that makes their host set up their own party. So I don't think that that's something new, but just letting them know that you're going to set it up so that way they have confidence in the fact that you're there to support them and help them. And then through this host coaching, we want them to think of us when they think of Pampered Chef. So down the road after their party closes, if they had that great host coaching experience with you and they had a great party with you, they're going to return to you for ordering, for hosting, for referrals. And that's, you know, obviously what we want at the end of our parties. So let me go back. So setting up the party, my host coaching, obviously I was telling you about setting up the party. I am a paper person. I have this is my party trackers. I still keep a spiral notebook because I am not tech savvy. I don't like the computers. If I'm running out of the house with the kids or we're going on vacation or we're doing whatever, I can easily take my book with me. I don't have to worry about packing up the laptop or packing up a tablet and all of that. And having Wi-Fi service and everything, I can just work from my phone and my book. But that's just me. So I still mail out host packets. I know a lot of consultants do virtual packets. They send them, through email. But I send a host packet through the mail. When I schedule my bookings, I ask them if they want 1 or 2 catalogs. I don't offer them more than 2. It just gets, once you hit 3 catalogs, the price quadruples. The only time I send more is if someone hosts a catalog party. I'll usually send like about 3 or 4 catalogs. But in my host packet, I put the catalogs. I put the monthly special for the month that they're hosting, the guest special, and the host offer for that month. I put in the opportunity brochure. And then I also, Pampered Chef has created these for us. I print them out, but it's like a host coaching letter. So it's a little letter to them, like basically letting them know, hey, this, and I send these out usually about at least 2 weeks prior to their party, just basically saying, hey, your party's coming up quickly. I'm so excited. I hope you're getting excited about your party. I know I am. Remind your friends and family and neighbors that you'd love to have them join in the fun. I can't wait to share fresh ideas for the spring season. And then it just gives them like a recipe over here. And I print this on cardstock, so that way they can like cut off the letter if they don't want to keep that portion of it. But it's not just some flimsy piece of paper that, they could easily like destroy. So, or their kids, because I know mine would, but, and then, like I said, messaging them when their party is ready for inviting. So at that point, when my parties were on Sunday to Friday. So I set my parties up on Wednesdays, which is 4 days prior to the party starting. So I set it up in my back office, and I set their party up on Facebook. And then that's when my party host coaching begins. Once I set it up, I send them a message. And do you want me to screen share, Robin?
Yeah, show us.
Let me see. It says host disabled participant screen sharing.
What? God, I didn't.
If you can't figure it out, it's not a big deal. I can just send I can post screenshots and stuff, or just type out the wording.
Hold on. Multiple participants. There we go. Should be good now.
Okay, awesome.
I figured it out.
You did good. All right. So can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So this was one of my hosts. Her party started on the 27th. And you can see here on the 23rd, which was Wednesday, like 2 weeks ago, I set up her party. And this was the message that I sent her, basically saying I'm excited for her party, that I created her group page, and just kind of giving her some general information on, that she can start inviting, not to be shy about inviting. That's, like the perk of doing an online party. It doesn't make things awkward because you're not sending someone like an invite in the mail or shooting them a text or something that's a little bit more personal. So that is the day that I set up their party. And then the next morning, I let them know what the specials are for the month. So that way they are aware of what they're working towards and what, we are working towards together. I also share the image of how to access their host dashboard at that time. So that way they can keep track of their orders, keep track of their party sales and the host rewards that they've earned. And that way they can start adding items to their host cart. So that way they can somewhat, create their wish list. That evening, I send them, I think, I want to say, I can't remember. It might have been, is it love? No, I don't know. I can't remember. But anyways, it's basically like a party contract. Now they say to send this out before the party starts, but I just forget to do it. So I just started incorporating it into my host coaching. But it's letting them know all the rewards that they'll be getting once their party sales hit $200. So that way they know they need that $200 minimum to start earning host rewards. So you let them know the monthly special, their free product value, the half price items and the percentage discount, the future party pick, the kit credit, and then the bigger benefit of having their friends book a party. And it says, I'll be telling them more about that later. And that's where you can kind of do like the host challenge that Becky was referencing. I have not been doing the host challenge. I'm just super busy, and I kind of try to figure out what I eliminate and what I don't, what I do and I don't do. But that's just something for me. I did start, so that's the first 2 days. I invite them to their party. I let them basically know what the specials are for the month and at what levels they can start earning these host rewards. The next morning, this is when I tell them that I have 2 challenges for them and that there are superheroes wanted. We're looking for pre-party orders because if we can get their party to qualify, meaning $200 in sales before the party even starts, they're excited. They've already started earning host rewards before their party even began, before any posts are shared, before products are shared, before recipes, the fun, the games, all of that. So they're going into it with a more positive outlook, knowing like, hey, I can do this. I've already got $200 in sales under my belt. Let's see where this can go. So this is challenging them to get pre-orders for their party. And I can share all of this wording, but this is basically what Suzanne has shared. I give them their shopping link so that way there's no question of what do I send? What do I not send? What do I do? And then getting outside orders. So people that are outside of Facebook, whether it be a neighbor, friend, family member, someone from church, someone from their kid's school or sports or whatever it might be, that someone that doesn't have Facebook or isn't on frequent enough to attend the party, to get some additional outside orders before the party starts. And then they're basically offering to give them, to give away a prize to those who participate. Later, again, I give them the offer of joining the business. This is the business opportunity, the first time that I offer it to them. Now that we've started having some conversations, they're getting excited about their party. They might have a couple pre-orders, and basically just sharing the business opportunity with them. So that way they can be both the host and the consultant on their party and make the host rewards or earn the host rewards as well as the commission. And then I let them know that I will still run their party for them. So it's not overwhelming. The only thing we have to do is create a new shopping link. And then I share, the fast track rewards, the kits that are available, the different perks, that are available at the time. Later that night, I don't know where I saw this, but it was, I know part of it is Suzanne. The image, I don't remember where I got, but it's basically kind of showing how many numbers are, the goal is the more people that are in the party, the more likely their sales will increase, which means their host rewards will increase. So it basically gives them a breakdown. Typically, when you have 16 members, you get $20 in free products. And it's just a more like, I'm a very visual person, like just telling me something is just going to be over my head. So just seeing that and knowing how I would like to be coached. And then it's basically giving them a challenge to grow the number of people in their party, because the more people that you're in front of, the more opportunities that you have to sell, to interact, create relationships, book parties, potentially welcome new team members. So it's basically challenging them to grow the numbers that are in their party. Obviously, they'll get more host rewards the more orders there are. So the next morning, which is Saturday morning for me, the day before the party starts, I give them this save the date image. That way they can post it on their personal Facebook pages, maybe for someone who didn't see the invite, or maybe they forgot to invite, or they didn't get a chance to invite. Those who are on there that, are friends with them can see it on their person. And I give them the wording that they can share to make it easy for them. I give them the image, I give them the words. And I feel like this is also an opportunity for them to practice the host post that I send them for the party page each morning when they're tagging their guests in an interactive post. This gives me an opportunity to teach them how to do that before the party begins. And if they have any troubles, then we can kind of work through that before the party starts. And I literally show an image with directions on how to share their party page and their shopping link. So that's there for them. And I tell them that their shopping link can be found pinned at the top of their party page. So that way, if someone asks, they know where to go to tag that specific guest that's asking, like, oh, where's the shopping link? I give them the link to their party page. So if anyone can't find their invite, or if I've even had hosts, they're like, oh, wait, I don't know where my party page is. So they can go back to there and then, you know, like their shopping link. So another thing that I did not do with this particular host is normally I would, the night before the party, so Saturday, maybe, I don't know, around like 4 or 5, is to offer them the business opportunity one last time before their party starts. So that way, even if they say no, they could have changed their mind. They could see how excited their guests are based on I do a 2-day pre-party template. And this, during that pre-party, guests are interacting, they're liking my business page, they're getting warranty information, they're getting all of this information and starting to interact. So the excitement is building in preparation for the party starting on Sunday. So I give them the last opportunity to be the consultant and the host. I can also share, I think probably on most of the team pages, there are the 5, it used to be 5, now it's 6 times of when to ask your host to join your team. So we can share that document as well, but I'm sure it's in the 7 steps to success as well. Mm-hmm. So you can check that out, but I have an image saved that I can share. So, and then I start my party. So at that point, if they do not join my team before the party starts, I can probably stop screen sharing for right now. Stop share. I'm on the phone. Sorry, my husband had a soccer game and then is working an overnight overtime shift. So all 3 kids are awake. But anyways, so at that point, if they don't join my team, if they do join my team, I still add them to a group host chat. So that way they get the idea of how I run my parties, but I am also interacting with them more separately, just kind of coaching them a little bit more through the process. But at that point, I group my hosts into, a group on Facebook Messenger. So that way, when I'm sending my host posts and I send little host coaching tips. Actually, maybe I'll share my let's see. Let me see if I can, let's share my screen really quickly. So see these little host tips. I send one out each day to my hosts. And I can, like I said, I can share them with you. They might even be on Robin's team page in like an album or something, but if not, but I basically group them all together, welcoming them as hosts. Our goal is to keep the guest engaged. That's why there's the host post, because at the end of the day, the customers and the guests, they are there for the host. They're not here for us as consultants. So it's important for your host to be engaged and interacting in your parties. And I think creating that relationship with them from the start is important for them to be engaged and to want to be engaged. So I just basically let them know like how important it is for them to interact with the guests and commenting, tagging their guests if they see a particular thing that makes them think of a guest. And then I'm going to do my best to ensure that they have a successful party. So then I just share like how to tag the guests in the party. And then I give them their host post, and I do it the night before. So that way, if someone wants to schedule it for the next morning, if they are up early and have to go to work, I send all of my host posts the night before. And then we go through the party each day. I just, like I said, I send a host tip as well as the host post for each morning. And I emphasize the importance of tagging their guests, because if they aren't in the pre-party, if they are not have their settings set to see all posts, they're not going to get the notification that their host has posted in the party. So, but they will get that notification if they're tagged. So then these are just, you know, my host posts for each morning. On Thursdays, I have, you can see here, I asked my host to basically send a private message to all of the guests in the party. People get busy during the week. They forget, they're caught up in their everyday life, and the party might not be super important to them, but maybe they wanted to place an order. They don't know when the party's going to end. Who knows what, you know, the excuse might be. And not saying that it's an excuse and it's not valid, but just saying, you know, they have a reason for not knowing when the party ends, or just being busy. So I have them message each of the party guests, basically letting them know, like, the party is going to be ending, if there was anything that they wanted, you know, to place the order. And I give them, you know, all the wording for that. So it's just a simple copy and paste. They don't have to come up with anything. And just letting them know to send the shopping link along with the message, so they're not trying to go back to the party page and trying to find the link, and, you know, there's multiple questions. Here, take my phone out to Eli and have him help you. Okay? Okay. Okay, take your backpack. All right. Sorry. And yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of during the party. Towards the end of the party, I let them know, like, I can't believe it's our last day. And I basically offer the business opportunity to them again, and let them know that they can use $25 or $50 of their free product credit when they're checking out with their host carts towards the purchase of their new consultant kit, and just reminding them of those incentives that are there when they join. And then this is the last message that I send in the group message. And I just basically say, like, this is an overview of how to spend your rewards. The free rewards that they've earned must be spent outright. And I can send all this message, and I send the image to their of the host, how to access their host dashboard again. And just thanking them for being hosts, and letting them know, like, you know, that their parties are technically open until I hit the submit button. So even though the party posts have ended, that the party, you know, the people can still order until they submit their order, and I submit, you know, the party as a whole. And then I can go back to reaching out to my host individually to let them know the host rewards that they've earned. Christina Bianco, a beautiful team member here, she created some images that you can share. So that way you don't have to type everything out every time. You just go to when they have a $400 party, when they have a $500, $600 party, and you can send that to the host, so that way they know what rewards they have earned from the sales of their party. And I think that's pretty much, all that I have. Oh, and I just, like, as I said, at the end, I thank them. I share their host rewards that they've earned, how to place their host order by sending that host dashboard image again, offering the business opportunity, letting them know about the kit credit. And then once I submit their party, I offer, now this is kind of to piggyback or to kind of add to Becky's booking opportunity, I offer to rebook them. And I give them a new product from the new season if they rebook a party with me within the next 12 months. And I've actually gotten quite a few hosts that have rebooked because of that. So if they have a good party with you, they have great sales, they have a good interaction with you, and you guys can, you know, work as a team and you create that relationship, it makes it easier to send that rebooking. If they don't even qualify, it's like, why are they going to book with you again? So, right. But if they have, you know, that $1,000 party or that $700 party or something, you know, then they're going to want to come back and host with you again. And I just throw a little extra gift in there of something, and it doesn't have to be something expensive. I just offer them a new product. It could be a seasoning or whatever. I don't tell them what I'm giving them. But like I said, at the end of the day, our guests and our hosts, or the guests are there for the host, not for us as the consultant. So it's important to create that relationship with our hosts. That's like all I got.
Thank you so much, Randall. That was a lot of information.
Sorry.
And let me tell you, all of those wordings, and all that wording, if you go to our training feed, and there's a way, if you can search conversation, and if you just put a keyword in, it'll take you right to the words that I shared. I think I even shared the rebooking words, because did I get them from you, Randall? You came up with the idea, or you got it from somewhere?
No, I got it from someone else.
Oh, I remember we were on a meeting or something.
I think it was one of the Monday nights.
And I started trying it, and it works.
It
works.
does.
I mean, because we have to eat in 8 months, we have to eat in 10 months. So if we say, but are you willing to give me a date right now, within 12 months, and they will always, because they want something. You're not telling them what you're giving them, but they know they're going to get a free product.
Yeah.
And
I think I already have
the birthday messages
booked for next year, because I'm offering.
I do too.
Booking. So,
and the birthday messages work. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I've been doing this for a while, and I actually just started doing birthday messages last week, just to add something else, another layer to my business to try to get some bookings. And I sent out, I think, 22 messages the other day and got 3 bookings. That's a good ratio. So everyone has Facebook friends. Everyone, all you have to do is go to Facebook and type in birthday, and then it'll come up and you click it, and you will see all of your friends that have birthdays in April. And you can send them a message saying, I'd love to host a birthday party for you. So all of this, I think all this stuff is in the 7 steps that Stacy created for us. And if you go to our org group and type in the search 7 steps, that document will come up.
Can I touch base on something really quickly?
Mm-hmm.
All of us as consultants get ghosted by hosts.
We ghosted now.
We all get hosts who want to reschedule, or they want to cancel completely. Like, they don't respond. They're just saying, I'm going to cancel, whatever. So don't let that get you down, because we all go through it. But that's the importance of overbooking your calendar and not just planning on those 2 parties that you have in April. Because what if those 2 parties end up canceling or rescheduling for May? Then you're left with nothing. So keep booking. Like, I am almost, I want to say, full for June.
No, you're never full.
That's why but I only have 2 host spots left, but I'm not going to not offer June just because I only have 2 host spots left. So I will continue to offer it, but that's the importance of, like I said, overbooking is, like, say if you want to do 4 parties a week, try to book 5 or 6 parties, because if 1 of 2 of those cancel, then you're not meeting your personal quota or your goals that you have set for yourself. So, but just to know that all of us have been ghosted, all of us have had people reschedule and cancel. So don't let that deter you, but just to motivate you to book more.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Listen, I overbook all the time, and sometimes I have to figure out how I'm going to do all those parties, but sometimes people cancel or they have something come up, but I still have a good week because I just kept saying yes to that week. And, people have regular lives. Their Pampered Chef party is not like a big deal for them. So if something comes up, they're going to cancel. So you just want to protect yourself and make sure that you have your calendar full.
And another one thing that I do at the very end of my parties is I always offer to extend the party, because my parties end on Fridays. I offer to extend it through the weekend, because very rarely do I have a host that says no. And very rarely I would say never. I never go have a weekend where I don't have any sales. Now there might be some hosts that don't get any orders, even though we've extended it, but it's usually because they're not engaged in their party. They're not interacting. But for the ones that are interacting, like everyone gets busy during the work week. So I'll sometimes have hundreds of dollars come in for the host. And then they're like, thank you so much for giving me and the guest that opportunity. So that just gives you another level of host coaching that you're not really coaching your host at that point, but you're just working on that, continuing on that relationship even through the end of the party.
Yeah, I do the same thing. My parties end on Thursday, but if someone doesn't have a lot of sales or whatever, I will offer that to them. And you're right, they always say yes. And sometimes their party will qualify because, someone was just waiting to get paid on Friday or something like, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So, all righty, that was loads of information, and it's all, I just put some stuff in the training feed if you guys want to take a look too. Some of the words that, like that host tip image, I've been using that for 4 years. So I put that in there. And some wording and that kind of thing. And I started giving a breakdown to my hosts of how to spend their rewards, because to be honest with you, some of these things that I come up with is because I'm tired of talking and typing the same thing over and over again. So I just, before anybody can ask, I explain how the host rewards work, how you can't combine, and just the whole thing. So I usually send that on like a Tuesday. My parties end on Thursday. I usually give that on a Tuesday. And that way you cut down on the amount of times the host is going to message you for, with those kind of questions.
Another thing that I'm trying to start implementing with my pre-party host coaching is at least sending one voice clip. So that way they hear your voice, they know that you're a real person, that you're relatable, that you can, that you're a real person behind the typing and the screen, is to just, for them to be able to hear our voice, and, to
makes you human.
Right.
And the same thing that I was saying about, doing a little 30-second, 45-second video in a party.
Yes. And Stacy, there's, if there's one particular, like, part of your host coaching that you want to send every week. My youngest has my phone right now, so I don't know what the app is called. I think it's like Voice or something. I don't know, but it's Stacy recommended it, and you can record whatever it is that you want to say, and then you can send it over and over and over again. Yes.
Right there.
Yes. Yep. I don't remember what it's called, but
voice memos, it's called. That's what it's called on the Apple phone. Yeah, I send one pre-party, and I send one the first morning of their party begins.
There you go.
And all you have to do is click forward, because you've made the voice clip, so you're not talking every week the same thing. You make it one time. I'll send it to the training feed, and you can listen. I think I did that already, but I'll send it again so you guys can get the idea of what I say. And it makes you human, and it helps. So, all righty, we're going to end this because we ran a little over, but lots of good stuff. And welcome newbies, everyone that's new on the call, welcome. I'm glad you took a little time out of your day and evening to come and see what everything was about. And we do this the first Wednesday of every month. So hope to see you again next month. Thank you, Randall. Thank you, Becky, for doing the training. And it was nice to meet you, all the new consultants. You guys have a great night.
Good night.
Good night.